dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky. This is WYMT Mountain News First at 4.
Good afternoon, I'm Steve Hensley. First at 4, a developing story we are following in Bell County, where Kentucky State Police are investigating an accidental shooting that left a 911 dispatcher dead. Police say it happened early this morning at the Bell County 911 Center when a gun went off accidentally while being traded between two dispatchers. Now, the bullet hit 23-year-old Kyle Garrett. He was taken to Pineville Community Health Center and was later pronounced dead by the Bell County coroner. An autopsy will be done at the state medical examiner's office. We do have a reporter in Middlesboro and hope to have much more on this story coming up tonight at 6, but just a terrible story out of Middlesboro today. Meanwhile, back here in Perry County, first responders were on high alert this morning after receiving reports of shots being fired at Perry County Central High School. Thankfully, it was a false alarm. Deputies with the Perry County Sheriff's Office arrived at the scene alongside a host of other responders, only to discover the shots that were heard were from a nail gun being used by a construction crew nearby. It's not known who made the initial report, and the Sheriff's Office confirmed everyone at the school was safe. Classes continued the rest of the day as normal. A death investigation is underway after a southern Kentucky man's remains were found. The sheriff believes the skeletal remains they found Thursday belonged to Roy Chumbley. He was reported missing back in October. WYMT's Phil Pendleton talked to Chumbley's family, who believe his death was no accident.
Roy Chumbley left his home in the Mount Zion community near Science Hill back on October the 2nd. His family says it was unlike him because he did not take his cell phone or his cigarettes with him. And then 2 months later, they found his body in a rugged and remote section not far from his home.
Because if he had fell over.
His former wife and other relatives say they don't believe he died of natural causes or that it was an accident. Amy Chumbley says he was found too far away from his home down a rugged ravine at least 900 yards through thick brush and down steep embankments. Police say it's too early to label this as foul play or that a crime was committed. But they do say Chumbley was in a DUI incident where a woman was hit and that woman's relatives assaulted him. Later, he disappeared.
He didn't deserve it. I mean, nobody deserves to go this way. And he left by too many people that loved him and cared about him.
And now it's up to the state medical examiner to find out the cause and manner of death. In Pulaski County, Phil Pendleton, now back to you.
Chumbley's family says they will set funeral arrangements at Southern Oaks in Somerset.
It's December the 3rd, but it feels more like April the 3rd out there. We've seen temperatures in the low 70s for just about all of us right now. A few mid-60s in the Big Sandy, but you can thank some of those southwesterly winds for that. We're 73 Williamsburg, 72 Somerset, London, here in Hazard, and even in Jacksboro, Tennessee. Thanks to southwesterly winds, 5 to 10 miles per hour. That's also causing a little bit of a different weather concern. Not so much the weather, but what the weather is helping to fuel. Now, you look at pinpoint Doppler, it's a clean sweep precipitation-wise. But let's turn up the sensitivity a little bit. We've been watching reports of some forest fires around the region. This one not far from the Bonnyman area, just west of Clemens. You can actually see that plume develop about 2 o'clock. That's smoke coming off of a fire, suspected fire at least, just to the west of Highway 15 near the Clemens area. Smoke there at least up to about 1,200 feet. Taking you to the east, this one we've just heard about too, just to the east of US 119 right now, south and west of Dorton. That smoke of the suspected fire reaching up to about 3,000 feet. So that's something to keep an eye out. Make sure you are not burning outdoors in weather like this. We even had one not far from Ricetown in southern parts of Owsley County not long ago, earlier today. That one does appear to have been put out, but it's still something to keep a close eye on. Make sure that you are not burning outdoors out there. Be careful if you're maybe flicking cigarette butts out. that can easily cause a fire. So keep that WYMT weather app handy. Temperature-wise, we're going to cool back down into the 50s, but a mild night expected as clouds build in later. I'll have the latest on when we could see some showers return by the end of the weekend coming up in just a minute. Steve?
All right, been a really quiet forest fire season so far. Hopefully things won't get out of hand too bad this afternoon. Thank you very much, Evan. Well, there is plenty to celebrate this afternoon in Pikeville. The Panthers went up to Lexington and won their 6th state football championship. WYMT Sports Director John Lowe joins us now in Studio B with some of the highlights. John?
Thanks, Steve. 34 years ago, a McNamee-led Pikeville Panthers squad went to the state title game and beat Russellville. Now with another McNamee on the field, they aimed to repeat history this morning. Pikeville and Russellville facing off yet again. First time in the finals against each other since 1987. We pick things up. First possession for Pikeville. Blake Birchfield bobs and weaves his way into the end zone. Panthers strike first 6-0. Russellville's next possession. Jaquez Todd getting the handoff. He reverses field, stiff arms some would-be Pikeville tacklers and takes it 63 yards to the house, all tied up after they also missed the extra point, 6-6. Quite the cat fight there in Lexington. Very next possession, Birchfield with the handoff again. He hits the B button and cruises into the end zone. 13-6 with still about 3 minutes left in the first, and they would hang on to win. Russellville would threaten in the second half, but Pikeville would pick up the win 30-27. Blake Birchfield with 179 yards and 2 touchdowns, MVP of the game. Camille Gear is there with more. Hey, Camille.
Make that 3 state championship titles for Chris McNamee as the Pikeville Panthers beat the Russellville Panthers 30-27. Now, it was smooth sailing in the first half, but the second half a little dicey for Pikeville, but the defense came up big and ultimately got them the win. Now, here's what head coach Chris McNamee had to say about the Panthers' last defensive stand to help them win the game.
And they've done it all year. They've been a second half football team that have come out and put up points, and our guys withstood the blows they gave and hung on to win. That was the game right there. If we were able to stop them and hang on the ball, get a first down, we really liked our chances. But hats off again to Russellville. They did a great job, got a great football team.
This one makes Pikeville's 6th state championship title in school history and their 2nd in 3 years. And what an ending here at Kroger Field for these 14 seniors, not only to end their season and career at Pikeville here at Kroger, but to also end it with a win. Live in Kroger Field, I'm Camille Gear, WYMT Mountain Sports.
All right, Camille, thanks. We'll have more highlights and post-game reaction coming up at 5:30 and 6, as well as a look ahead to Johnson Central's game that kicks off at 8 o'clock. But Steve, back to you.
All right, big day at Kroger Field. Thank you very much, John. Well, Pikeville fans packed the stands today at Kroger Field to celebrate that 6th state championship title. Maroon and white waved through the stadium as the Pikeville boys took on Russellville, with fans following what they called a roller coaster of a game until the 30-27 state championship win. It is a piece of hardware those who have cheered alongside them all season are proud to see them take back to the mountains.
It's just full of emotion. You know, we know how hard these boys work year round, and just to go out there and be in that environment with them, we know just how much it means. And to the community for all the support, it's just another win in the books, number 6.
The fans say they are also cheering on the other 2 mountain teams as Johnson Central hits the field tonight at 8 o'clock and Belfry will play tomorrow at noon. We'll have much more from Kroger Field tonight at 5:30 and 6. But again, congratulations to the Pikeville Panthers. In Leslie County, officials are giving the county's children a Christmas surprise. In a partnership with Toys for Tots, more than 3,200 toys were picked up yesterday to be delivered to each school in the county. Mayor Carol Joseph says it was all very spur of the moment, having to rent a U-Haul truck in Williamsburg to get the toys in time. She says they plan to be better prepared for the next opportunity.
We're going to take a big crew with us, and hopefully we'll know in time that we can, already have maybe a bus or something to get them in and be more prepared. Like they just told us that at 10:30 yesterday morning, so we had to get the truck and get on the road, and get over there and pick them up.
Joseph says every kid in Leslie County will each get 2 toys each. A home is standing out in one Chattanooga, Tennessee neighborhood because of the hundreds of Amazon packages spread across its lawn. A neighbor says new boxes arrive daily, and many of the ones outside are half full or empty. People who live in the area have contacted police and the city while also writing notes to the people who live in the home. They are wondering why the boxes are there and what can be done to get rid of them. The pile has been growing for months, and neighbor Dustin Nash says this is not the worst it's been.
It's dwindled down quite a bit, but I mean, it used to be stacked all the way out to the road.
Now, the people living in the house who wanted to remain anonymous say the boxes are there because of a friend's contract with an Amazon warehouse in China. They in turn sort and return packages to the company. When asked, Amazon declined to comment on the matter. Let's head over to Wall Street now on this Friday. The Dow closes down today more than 59 points. We'll have more financial headlines in our next half hour. But straight ahead here on First at 4, in the digital age, many parents may turn to technology to help educate their kids, but new research shows physical books may be better for them.
Continuing to feel mild as we head into the weekend. I'll have the latest on the sunshine and the warmth, along with the return of showers on the way.